What do I got in my pockets?
Sort me out wherever you think that'd be best.
I'm totally, to be honest, relaxed. Whatever comes.
Offseason was great. Offseason was really, really good. It was a very family-oriented offseason.
Really good. I enjoyed it a lot. I mean, we had a long time, I would say 2.5 months.
Went to Italy to see my friend, Gianluca. It was in Venice, and that was nice. I've never been to Italy. And then after that, I just stayed in Michigan most of the time and trained and spent time with my family.
Obviously, I would rather play in the playoffs. Could see my family, could see my friends over a longer period of time. What was great for us, and yeah, I enjoyed it a lot.
I would say everything. I know every one of us is not fresh, but guys, first game of the season, it's nothing better than be here with you. The best profession we can have, huh? So have fun, no one is hiding. We want the ball, doesn't matter if you make mistakes, no problem at all. We need to push ourselves just 30 minutes, that's it, okay? Come on.
Yeah.
We don't play. Come on.
Let's go. Together,
1, 2, 3.
Wait.
Good morning.
Whenever you have seasons like we did last year, there's a lot that can be taken away. Like those are the years that you learn the most about yourselves and as a team. Obviously, everyone wants to be at the top and successful every year, but unfortunately, that's just not real life. And in order to get to those spots that we want to be of having success, we have to have the years that we've had in the past. Those are the opportunities that we learn the tools that'll help us be successful in the future.
The season was an up and down, to be honest. Everyone saw it. We started well and then had a bad 2-3 months, I would say. Went into the US Open Cup final. We showed our mentality. We showed 2 phases of our mentality, to be honest.
From last year, probably the biggest takeaway personally is just to be prepared for anything. And if one thing is going one way, don't get too high on it or don't get too low. You know, circumstances can change fast.
Honestly, something that always has stuck out to me, especially recently, and that is the difference between the top and the bottom in this league is marginal. It's not as big of a gap as people think. And sometimes it's as simple as tweaking just a couple things or some fortune you're going your way that can really start swinging results in your favor. Next thing you know, you start climbing the table really, really quickly. And we've proven that in the past. But a couple months where things start to click, next thing you know, you start climbing the table really, really rapidly. So I would say the biggest takeaway is to never lose sight of the end goal.
Come on, Jake, keep going. One more. Come on. Let's go. Don't give up. Come on, boss. Push it.
It was critically important, I can say this. All 8 players that we've brought in so far, they all want to be here. And that really matters. As we're doing a rebuild, we want players and we want staff that want to be here. And I mean want to be here with 2 feet all in, not 1 foot in, 1 foot out.
That's always been our biggest thing at sporting is to keep the culture intact and no one's bigger than the club.
We have lots of guys that I personally haven't played with a whole lot. And now we have to figure out whose ideas and how to implement it in a way that kind of forms the puzzle.
My personal goals are always the same as the goals of our club because I'm only a part of it, like a small puzzle, I would say. Reaching the playoffs, it's our first goal, also my goal, and leading the team on and off the pitch.
When you're here, you know there's an understanding and there's good relationships and it's not just on the field stuff. People get along and have respect for each other, and yes, there's higher expectations, new standards set in terms of stuff on the field. But in terms of off the field stuff and just being a collective as a club, I think our culture is pretty intact, especially with a lot of changes throughout the year.
I think it's not about the team by itself, it's more the value of the club. So everyone who comes in needs to adapt. And that's why also Sporting Kansas City is looking for players who fit actually in our team.
It is like a new beginning that we feel as players. And with that comes excitement, and the excitement to step up to the plate, the excitement to kind of take this opportunity all of us have with 2 hands and run with it.
As I said, whether we're in the middle of a rebuild or we're not, no one's going out there not to win, right?
I mean, the main goal is always to reach the playoffs first. I think we need to be realistic after last season that we are a completely new team. We need to get used to each other, and we will see how it works out, especially in the first few games. And at the end of the season, our biggest target is obviously the playoffs. And afterwards, we can talk about new goals. You could see also the change of generation we have right now. When I look back 2.5 years ago, when I arrived here, I would say not the youngest, but one of the youngest players we had in our team. 2.5 years later, I'm one of the oldest. So that's kind of like crazy. The main thing is I'm always the same. It doesn't matter if I'm the oldest or the youngest. I'm Eric, and I will be Eric forever.
I think the goal for me is to try and just be a good teammate and a hardworking player on the field, and I think the rest will come with that.
You know, going into this season, I've almost wanted to avoid thinking too much about personal goals. You know, I really want to approach this year from a team perspective, from a team first mentality, almost to an extreme. I just want to do my job. I want to do my job well. You know, I want to be fit, healthy, 34 games out of the year, and just putting up solid, consistent performances.
I've always kind of been a goofball. I mean, I know I'm doing a serious interview right now, but I think especially in the past years, a lot of our team was older, and so I was able to be like the younger brother, and I was able to do my own thing, and then guys would reel me back in or teach me things and, you know, give me lessons. But I think I'm at a point now where I have more of a responsibility on this team, and I think that's the most important thing that I've realized for this year. And I think it's more about trying to be a good example for especially a new locker room, and also trying to be a leader, you know. And that doesn't mean being captain, but it just means being another teammate that sets a good example and sets the standard. And I think I'm lucky to have been here for so long, because I've seen guys like Matt Beasler, Roger Espinoza, Graham Zusi, Johnny Russell. Like, these guys, they were good examples of that and what a pro should be. And so for this year, that's kind of my goal, to kind of step into a different place of responsibility and try to be like them.
And the last thing, if you could speak directly to our fans, what would you want them to know going into this year?
I mean, first of all, I would say thank you, because our last season, like I said, was not the best.
I would say that we're all committed to being better this year. And I know that's so broad, but like, truly, there's a lot of things people can say to the fans of a club, and but I've been here for a long time, and I've seen us at our highest, I've seen us at our lowest, and truly everyone this year is bought into trying to be better. And
it does genuinely give us an energy and a fight and a desire that people don't realize. They don't realize how much it actually does affect us as players, and how much motivation it gives us to perform when we see a great atmosphere.
I just want to say that I need to be patient, because the change of generation is not like, okay, we have a new team and everything works out. It's a lot of work. I hope that everyone will come again, support us, cheer for us. We need a packed stadium, because it's fun for us, fun for them.
You know, come out, support, be loud. It means so much to the team when we come out and walk out for our games and we see a sold-out crowd and the support's there.
We're going to be successful again, and just can say that we're enjoying every minute on the pitch with you.
And obviously, we don't want to forget what happened in years past, but we're on a new season. Everyone starts at the same spot in the beginning, and we're just looking forward. We're looking forward and working towards our first game, and that's all we can do right now. And I think if I really want to say something direct to them, is that we can promise full effort and full commitment to each game, and trying to give our best.
Good job, Dave.
Thank you.